As usual, we're off to the timber shop, and John's selecting the pieces he wants. You wouldn't think we would need more timber, but of course the poor car got full again, and John got busy creating his next creation. Well, my creation. I knew I wanted this. We ordered the legs in England months ago and brought them with us when we came. And all John needed to do was figure out how to create and build and make the top. And he got straight into it, cutting and measuring, as I say, measuring and cutting. I did that last week, didn't I? Measuring and cutting and screwing together all the pieces, making sure it's all square and plumb. I think he did an amazing job. And then he got out the sprayer and started spraying and giving it a good oil coat. So it's nice, wipeable and food friendly. The chairs we had, so quickly put them together. We ordered them again from England and brought them over with us. And soon we had a big country-style table for our dining area of our massive kitchen, 6 chairs around. And while John had the spray gun out, he sprayed the wood mantle just to protect that too with the same product. I think it looks amazing. What do you think? He was busy, he was happy, you could see the light in his face. He was doing and he was enjoying. I think that's one of his favourite things, is just getting some wood, figuring it all out and putting it together. He was so busy, but he made such a mess. I had to clean up again over the weekend after he'd finished and get organised all over again how I liked the place to be. And then, as we cleaned up, it was time to get our guest. John tried to put some of the lights up in the living room, but we're still waiting on the electrician to come by and figure that out. So in the meantime, we drove out on the Saturday and went to Belfast Airport and picked up my eldest daughter. I hadn't seen her. I haven't seen both my daughters and my 7 grandchildren in 5 years, but I hadn't seen her in 5 years, and I gave her the biggest hug. But it was a little weird. She almost didn't recognise me. Maybe I've changed so much since being over here, but it was just so amazing to see her, to spend time with her, to show her around where I am happy and content and at peace. And even though I miss my family very much, I've learned to live that no matter what country I'm in, there's always going to be family members I won't see as often as I'd love to. And it's heartbreaking seeing that the grandchildren growing up and I'm not amongst it. But having my daughter over, even though just for a few days, was absolutely amazing. I couldn't believe it. I was so happy. I showed her around. We went for a walk around the area, around the house. We took her all over, all the big spots, the great places, the walks. She said, I've never walked so much in my life. Even my steps on my watch is telling me I've done more steps than I've ever done in my life. And we chuckled because we didn't take her on big hikes or big walks. We knew it wasn't her thing. but we wanted to make sure she saw a lot of the area. That is absolutely stunning, and knew she would love it too. We enjoyed a pizza looking out at the lighthouse. We had some amazing times. She's more of an animal type lover, so she went to see horses, she went to see sheep, she petted a cow, and we spent lots of time with farm dogs. And we just enjoyed the whole thing amazingly. She thought it was absolutely beautiful. Her vacation started she flew into Dublin. She then flew from Dublin to Manchester, where myself and her dad has many family members living. She visited with them and went round different places. And then on her own, she hopped on a train and went up to Scotland. She enjoyed Glasgow and the surrounding areas and the beauty for a few days. And then she got on a plane from there over to Belfast, where we picked her up. The one thing that we both noticed, I've always said it and she also said it too. I didn't say a word to her, she just said it on her own and confirmed how I felt. That Ireland is a lot like where she's from in Canada, where I used to live for 32 years. In beautiful British Columbia, in the surrounding areas of Vancouver. It's a lot like Ireland, and that's what I love about here. The countryside, the lakes, the sea, it's very similar. The only difference that we noticed was in Canada there's lots more trees, where in Ireland the greenery, the fields, the hills go on for miles and miles. You can see the horizon. It's absolutely stunning. And I think that's why I settled down so nicely and easily into this area. I believe, though, that the warmth of the people and the stunning scenery just make this little part of Ireland that little bit more special. And she soon found out the neighbours were friendly, the place was beautiful, and we even went down to the little local beach that we can walk to. We've walked to it, we went down the pathway, down the steps, and we found it. We were determined to go to this little beach where John used to go when he was a little boy, and we found it. And I didn't believe how actually pretty it is. So it's definitely going to be my go-to beach in the future when I want to write, relax, and reflect on life itself. This week has been a roller coaster. It's just been a whirlwind from John building and making that table. Did you see the table? Isn't it incredible? We bought those legs I believe we got them from B&Q, I can't remember now, in England months ago. We've had them stored in a box, haven't taken them out, and we were at the stage where we could spend the time, get the wood, find the perfect wood, size, heaviness, and basically I said, this is what I'm looking for, and here's the legs I ordered, make me a table. And he did. I love it. I absolutely love it. It looks great in the room. It fits perfectly just under the window in the dining area, in that space. It came together amazingly. You can seat 6 people around it. You could even get 8 with a squeeze kind of thing, but 6 very easily around it. And I think, again, I can't stop talking about it. It looks incredible. That was one of the big wins for this week, but even bigger win. My daughter, my eldest daughter from Canada, came to visit, and we showed her around, took her out. Some days were hot, some days were rain, some days were wind, some days were clouds. It was typical Ireland, and she loved it over here. It's the first time her visiting over here. She's always wanted to come, and what she did was she flew into Dublin. Who knew that from Vancouver, Canada to Dublin is cheaper than Vancouver to Manchester or Vancouver to Scotland or Belfast or so to Dublin was the cheaper flight, so that's what she chose. So she flew into Dublin and flew out of Dublin. In between, she went over to the Manchester area where she's got aunties, uncles, cousins, grandparents, my parents, all in that area kind of thing within, 20-30 miles all radius. So she did some visiting, she did some exploring, she went over to Chester, I can't remember where else she went, and she did that for a few days and stayed with one of her auntie and uncles on her dad's side. And then on her own, she got on a train and she went up to Scotland, stayed in Glasgow. She booked a couple of tours and went out and saw some history, castles, that kind of thing that she loves, which I love too. Guess she gets that from me. And then from there, she got on a plane over to Belfast, where we picked her up on the Saturday, early morning Saturday, and we brought her home to Donegal, showed her all around the area, and she stayed for 5 days. And then to take her back, John just drove her back to Dublin Airport. Early morning was her flight, so they were up at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning to drive down to get her flight in time. And then he just went straight to work after. So he took the time off to be with us and take us around, and it was amazing. Haven't seen either of my daughters in 5 years, and I miss them so much. And just to see my eldest daughter, amazing. I hope to see my younger daughter too soon. Not sure when that's going to happen, and even the grandchildren. 7 grandchildren. I mean, even one of them I've never even met. It's hard, it's heartbreaking, but it was my decision. I was the one that left Canada, so that's down to me. But it was an amazing time, and I enjoyed every moment, and I hope she did too. And I put a couple of photos in that don't quite show her completely, but show her enjoying the scenery. And some of them that you can see basically the back of her looking out to the scenery. Those are just beautiful. You can tell she's just taking it in, So I had to put those in, and I hope she's okay with that. But, my family and that, I try to keep a little bit more private. Myself, ask me anything, but some people in my family and that I try to keep private. But we had an amazing time, amazing visit. I was sad for her to go. On the Thursday morning, they got up, as I say, 2 o'clock in the morning, set off by 3. and saying goodbye to John. He was going to be back on Friday evening anyway, so it was only 2 days. But it was still sad to see him go and take my daughter with him to the airport. And it was so sad to say goodbye to her. I just wanted to hug her and keep her. But we had a great time. We had a lovely time. And it's quiet here without them, even though they're both very quiet people. My eldest daughter reads lots of books. She's very quiet type personality, but so having the two of them, the three of us in the house, just felt so good. And now it's just me again. But I'm getting on with doing my videos, editing, writing. I got my book published. I can't believe it. In the time that everything was going on, my book was published. So that was amazing. Got that out, and well, I made a trailer for it. Would you like to see? Here's my trailer. The Blank Pages, A Magical Read. This is a really nice story. Hope you like it. Some books are written, others are waiting. Hidden inside a forgotten bookshop in an ancient book that has been waiting for its next reader. By day, every page is blank, but when the night falls and the words begin to appear, with every turn of a page, another world awakens. Paris, 1900s London. Hydra, Chicago during the bootleggers. Each chapter is different, yet one man is always there. Who is Henry? Is he real? Or is he the key to everything? Every page draws Katie deeper into the mystery she cannot explain, until she begins to question where reality ends and the story begins. Some stories refuse to stay on the page. The Blank Pages, A Magical Read. Available now on Amazon. See you next week. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Keep going with our journey.